Los Angeles Lakers, they could use a lot of help, right? This team just isn't very good. It's not gelling very well. And one of the big things that we need is rebounding, right? And just size down low. Anthony Davis has to do all the dirty work. He doesn't really want to play center. He wants to play power forward, having a center next to him. Now, maybe Thomas Bryant comes in and really helps in that area. Damian Jones seems to be unplayable. I don't know what's up with Darvin Ham and Damian Jones. Damian Jones at times does look unplayable, so maybe it's just he's not performing and delivering the way that they need him to. Winning Gabriel is great. I love what we're seeing from Winning Gabriel as far as like hustle and just, making the efforts. Problem is he's undersized, right? He can't play center night in and night out. He's more of like that come in, play 10 minutes, get you a couple hustle points, couple hustle rebounds, stuff like that, but not somebody that you can rely on night in and night out. And Anthony Davis, whether, he plays the five or he has somebody to back him up, whatever the case may be in that regard, we could use some size. Now, obviously, we need shooting and wing defense and all kinds of stuff, but center position is something that could be solvable, right? There are many centers still out there. Derek Favors, you have DeMarcus Cousins, who many people would like. My problem with Cousins, though, is that he's a guy that, yes, he could play in like small bursts, small doses, and he's had his moments. He was great for Denver. I don't know why they didn't re-sign him, but I think a lot of it has to do with just the lack of athleticism, just not being able to stay healthy and stay on the court. And it's so unfortunate with DeMarcus Cousins, right? Because he was such an incredible talent. And I just think that he's not the answer for the Lakers. And one of the players that I would like to see the Lakers at least, why not take a look? Why not take a shot? Why not, at least bring him in for a workout or something and just see what he gives you, is Hassan Whiteside. Because Hassan Whiteside, look, he's still relatively young. He's only 33 years old. And one thing that he would provide is the rebounding, right? Hassan Whiteside is an absolute rebounder. He's a shot blocker. He could really help down low, allow Anthony Davis to come in and play the four for the Lakers, or he could even just be a solid backup for the Lakers. However you want to shake it. Again, 33 years old. He's a true 7-footer, 7'7" wingspan, a guy that I really think could make an impact on this Lakers team for somebody that really does lack that type of size. And even last season for Utah, he only played 17 minutes a game and still gave you 8 points and just under 8 rebounds a game, which we could really use, right? And then the most recent time that he actually played substantial minutes was in 2019 with Portland, played 30 minutes, and he gave you 15 points and 13 rebounds, right? Like, that's pretty solid, right? Like, we could use somebody like that. He's always been a rebounder. He's always been a guy that can get shots, especially when you have guys like Russ, who is really good at, setting up the lob pass. LeBron James, when Dennis Schroeder comes back, I think he's a guy that could get some easy buckets as well as, actually make an impact on the court and the rebounding and points. A lot of like the reason why I believe, and I could be completely wrong, but a lot of the reason why I think he hasn't found a home yet is because there's a lot of questions with just like locker room and if he's a guy that is willing to buy in. He's one of those guys that thinks he's bigger and more important than he is. That's kind of been his issue with every stint. But he did have a lot of success with Miami for quite some time, right? He played for Miami from 2014 to 2018. But outside of that, he's kind of been a journeyman since then, playing with Portland, Sacramento, Utah, and now he's not playing at all. And I think it is, just the locker room things, but again, I could be completely wrong. I don't know what it is, but like, what else could it be? I don't think it's talent, right? Because again, he's a guy that could come in and provide you, give him 15 minutes a game. I think he's a guy that could give you, probably 8 and 8 off the bench or starting and allowing Anthony Davis to play the 4. I think Hassan Whiteside is at least worth a look for the Lakers. Lakers got to do something, right? And they're exploring trades. We know that. But even if you did a trade, right? Like say you did a trade and let's say you did the Spurs deal, right? and you did get Jakob Poeltl, and you got, say, Josh Richardson, Doug McDermott. That's great. You could still utilize Whiteside off the bench as a shot blocker, right? And maybe even unload Damian Jones in a deal, or even in that deal, just kind of get off of his contract, and then have like your three bigs of Thomas Bryant, Hassan Whiteside, Anthony Davis, and Jakob Poeltl. Those four guys could kind of run it for you. And Thomas Bryant, with his ability to stretch the floor, you could probably run him at the four at times. I don't know. I just think it's at least worth a try, at least for now, right? Just see what you got, which means who would you waive, right? Because the Lakers only have three players that they could waive. They could waive Matt Ryan, Wenyen Gabriel, and Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves, I don't think that they would waive. I think Austin Reeves is too valuable and does a lot of like the dirty work for the Lakers. So I don't think you're waiving him. So it comes down to Matt Ryan and Wenyen Gabriel. I love Wenyen Gabriel. I think Wenyen Gabriel is absolutely solid. I think he's a guy that, again, great hustle player, comes in, give you, 10 plus minutes a game. He's a little bit everywhere. He has moments of just pure brilliance, but his lack of shooting is really an issue, right? He's a guy that needs to be set up, and he's undersized, which is a problem. And then, Matt Ryan, like, we already really lack rebound or shooting, right? And so it's like, are you going to get rid of Matt Ryan to bring in another big that doesn't provide shooting? I just think you should unload Wenyen Gabriel, bring in Hassan Whiteside. Now, some people might feel otherwise. I just look at it as like, if you're gonna bring in a big, you got to get rid of a big type thing. And I think Wenyen Gabriel is that, because if you lose Matt Ryan, you lose your only like real true shooter that you have. And so I just think Wenyen Gabriel would be the odd man out if you did that, because you have to get rid of somebody. I don't think you get rid of Reeves, and I don't think you get rid of Matt Ryan. So I think Wenyen Gabriel would be the odd man out. Bring in Hassan Whiteside, and you got a guy that could get you probably, depending on how much he plays, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that he's a guy that can get you 10 and 10 night in and night out, especially if he's starting, right? I think that he could really help this Lakers team and go big. Like, embrace the size, embrace the rebounding, embrace the shot blocking. Having him and Anthony Davis down low, like, good luck trying to get to the paint. With Anthony, especially the way Anthony Davis is playing defense this year, I mean, the dude is an absolute monster. He's up there with Giannis for the best overall defensive rating. Like, the guy is incredible defensively this year. Imagine having him at the 4 and Hassan Whiteside at the 5. Like, that's just block city for those two guys. And then you'd still have like LeBron, Walker. You could go Austin Reeves, Patrick Beverley, or you could end up going with like Troy Brown, who's been really solid for you, and just have like a really defensive-minded team. Like, have LeBron play the point, have, Walker, and then have, I'd say probably Troy Brown. So go LeBron, Brown, Walker, Davis, and Hassan Whiteside. Got a really good defensive starting five. Really good defensive starting five. LeBron started hitting some shots. Maybe he can continue that. Maybe he can continue to hit some shots. Walker has been averaging, 16 a game for us. That's really solid. Troy Brown's been averaging 10 a game for us, but like consistently on a 10. Like, every game, he's like giving you 10 plus points. So I mean, if you have him giving you 10, Walker giving you 16, Hassan Whiteside give you 10, right there between those three guys, you're talking, 36 points. Davis gets you 24, and then, LeBron gets you, 25 or whatever. So there's 80 to 90 points between the five of them. And then you still have all the other guys off the bench. I do think once Dennis Schroeder comes back, I think Schroeder will have an impact. Thomas Bryant, I think, will have an impact. You'd have Austin Reeves still, Patrick Beverley, guys like that. I think that the Lakers need to embrace the size. That's the easiest fix for the Lakers right now, right? Like, the Lakers have so many issues, so many holes, so many problems. And it's like, what do you do if you're the Lakers? Start fixing the holes that you can fix, right? And I think Hassan Whiteside is one of those holes that you could fix. I think he's a guy that you could bring in. He could get you rebounds. He could get you shot blocks. He could contribute in some points and get you some easy lobs and just, running that pick and roll with Westbrook that him and Davis run and running the pick and roll with LeBron and Whiteside. I think you could really sort of capitalize on Hassan Whiteside getting some points. Have him play. Like I said, he doesn't have to play a ton. You could still close the games with Anthony Davis at the 5 if you want. But just to have him come in and not have to wear down Anthony Davis, or even if you do start Davis at the 5, having a big that can come in and make an impact and still keep a defensive presence down low, I think would be hugely, hugely beneficial for the Lakers, right? I think it's a small step in the direction that we need to start going. We need to start doing something. We need to do something because this roster isn't working. And look, I'm not saying Hassan Whiteside is going to come in and all of a sudden we're going to be, a juggernaut or anything like that. But I do think he would help. I do think, he helps with, like I said, rebounding. We're really struggling to rebound. And how else do you go and rebound? Team rebounding really helps, but, you can only do so much of that. So just having a center, like especially if Hassan Whiteside is willing to come in and embrace that role, which he might. I mean, look at guys like Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard was willing to embrace that role. What is Hassan Whiteside's other options? That's what I would be. I'd be calling him like, dude, you have no options. This is what we need from you. We need you to rebound and play defense. You're going to get whatever points you get. We're not running plays for you to get touches. We're not doing anything like that. You're not getting the ball on the low block, anything like that. You're going to play within the scope of the offense. If LeBron and Westbrook and guys can get you buckets, then they'll get you buckets. But you're coming in to block shots and just rebound. I need 10 plus rebounds a game from you. If he's willing to embrace it or at least try it, you're bringing him in on a vet minimum non-guaranteed deal. If it doesn't work out, just get rid of him. Just waive him. Free up the roster spot. See what happens in the buyout market. Or, if you pull off a trade, you pull off a trade. I just think Hassan Whiteside is a guy that can come in, and if he's willing to embrace just the rebounding and shot blocking, he's going to get points just on, second chance rebounds, getting putbacks, getting easy alley-oop dunks. It just gives you a lob threat, which would be nice. The Lakers could really use, a solid lob threat outside of Anthony Davis. I think Hassan Whiteside is that guy. He could come in and do that. And he was solid for Utah last year in the time that he played. He played 17, almost 18 minutes per game. And he gave you 8 points on 65% shooting, 8 rebounds. Why not? Give him 15 to 20 minutes a game. For Sacramento, he played 15.2 minutes per game and still gave you 8 points and 6 rebounds. If he could give us that for, 15 minutes a game, right now, I'll take that. He'd be like our 4th, 5th leading scorer on the team. Why not? Why not get him? Especially when you have guys, like I said, you have guys like LeBron James, you have guys like Russell Westbrook that can penetrate and get him easy lobs, get him easy looks, have him be the pick and roll guy, have him roll to the basket, roll hard, and just block shots, rebound. And if you can, give us some points, give us some points. If he could get us 10 points a game, that'd be perfect. Just on getting offensive rebounds and putbacks and, blocking shots and, getting out in transition. I don't know. I think he could be a real impact player. And we need guys like that. We need somebody to come in that can rebound and block shots and really help us in that position. And like I said, even if you go and you'd end up doing it, let's say you do the Pacers deal and you get Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. Okay, fine. Now you have Miles Turner at the 5. Now you have Hassan Whiteside backing up Miles Turner. So you're replacing a great shot blocker with another great shot blocker, right? And then Anthony Davis, you have Anthony Davis starting at the 4. He can be replaced by Thomas Bryant. And you just always can have 2 bigs on the court. Why not? Why not embrace the size, right? Because we don't have wing depth. We don't have wing size. You don't have a bunch of sizable players. Go big down low. But anyway, love to hear your thoughts and opinions. As always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Would you want the Lakers to take a look at Hassan Whiteside? If so, who are you waiving? Austin Reeves, Winning Gabriel, or Matt Ryan. Again, I would waive Winning Gabriel. As much as I like Winning Gabriel, I really do. I just think Hassan Whiteside could give us more of an impact, allow Davis to move to the 4. And I think that Davis might be happier also, and he doesn't have to work so hard, which maybe hopefully would pick up his offensive game. Because he doesn't have to constantly bang down low and make those hustle plays and stuff on the defensive end as the center, because he could have Hassan Whiteside do that. I don't know. I think it's at least worth a look. But again, let me know. Good, bad, ugly, somewhere in between. Let me know down in the comment section below.